So this is the part where I'm supposed to say, I'm not dead yet. Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. The rumors of my demise have been somewhat exaggerated. Let me give you the quick synopsis of what we've been dealing with. Everything that could get in the way of me coming into this building has happened in about the past 5 or 6 weeks. Not all of it's bad. A lot of it's not so fun to deal with, but some of it is just, we call it OBE, overcome by events. There are things in your life that just happen, and you know, some of them just kind of take precedent. We have had to deal with some issues in the house. I've had to put in a vanity, which, as usual, involved a lot more than I had initially thought we were going to have to deal with. We have had some issues, not terrible issues, but enough that we are having to deal with some water intrusion into the basement, which for us is a living space. So we're kind of looking at what we are going to have to do in order to, wow, this thing is really heavy. Should probably not have made this out of 1.5-inch iron pipe. So we're having to look at maybe some foundation repair, certainly some drainage work. None of that is cheap. We're having to deal with teaching a youngster to drive. And in Ohio, if you are under the age of 18 trying to get a driver's license, that includes 50 hours of driving. 10 of that has to be at night, and that will age you. We're kind of gotten past the scary part, and now we're just in the drudgery part of having to go out and drive, you know, an hour or 2 hours at a time, multiple times during the week. We have had some outside commitments that are, you know, hurry up, we got to get this thing done in like, a couple of them have been like 3-day suspenses, and that's never fun. I guess the thing that's really taken a lot of time is I have neglected my health for a number of years, and it's time to pay the piper. I have been diagnosed with hypertension, hypercholesteremia, newsflash, I'm fat, I'm out of shape, I'm diabetic, and to top it all off, I have obstructive sleep apnea, and so now I have this lovely little face mask that I get to sleep with at night, and that's all kinds of fun. But you know, it's just something you got to take care of. There's a lot of, you know, it's doctor's appointments and tests and all this kind of stuff, trying to get it all figured out. And that is, you know, that's a great way to ruin a day, is to have 2 doctor's appointments in a day, because you can't get them within, you know, 115 hours of each other. And stuff doesn't move real fast in the government. In the shop, we've had a couple of issues. We've had some power issues that has kind of been resolved. Basically, the not Band-Aid fix is we need a new power box. We need a new breaker box. So that's kind of looming on the horizon. We've had I don't know if you can see it back there. We've had intermittent heater issues, and like today, well, it's like 24 outside right now. Snowed last night. It's not fun to work in the shop when it's, you know, 35 inside or 40 inside. So that has kind of really slowed things down, especially because when you know you can't keep the building at a certain temperature, I have to move stuff in and out. So there's a guitar sitting, where is it? there it is. There's a guitar sitting over there. And so when I think we're going to have time at home to work on that, and I get the shop warmed up, well, then I have to bring that out. I have to bring that out here to the shop. And then when we're done, we have to take all that stuff back inside because the temperature is going to drop in here, and that's not really good for stuff. So that has kind of really slowed things down. And then we are, you know, I'm not going to get too metaphysical here, but the logistics are that our church, we are renovating a new facility, which is all great kinds of fun. But that does have a potential downside in that you have to clean closets out. And my philosophy is even if it's old, if it's still working, God, don't throw that thing out. So right now we're going through, we're kind of testing some stuff. This is a Mackie 32. Is it a 32.8? Yeah, Mackie 32.8. Mackies are solid boards. I love Mackie stuff. It's not super fancy. I mean, it's like me. You know, it's built solid. You know, it'll work forever as long as you take care of it, as long as it doesn't get obstructive sleep apnea. You know, once you figure them out, they're kind of comfortable. The other thing is that they were the go-to board for a number of years for government purchases. So when we would change locations every 2 or 3 years, you could walk into a facility and guess what? They got a Mackie board. So you're in right away. Testing this out, making sure all the inputs work, making sure all the buttons work, that just takes time because hopefully we can find a home for it. We also have the 24-channel snake that went along with it. We will, after a little bit of work, we'll have a couple of EV amps that'll go along with it. That on the top is the power supply for the board. And we have a number of DBX compressors, the 166 and the 266 XL compressor gates. I think I've got a total of 5 of those. And then inside that case is a Yamaha 32. I think that one's a 32.8 as well. That one it's not the way you normally see mixing boards. You can see it just became a shelf because that's what happens to any flat surface in this shop. But it's not the typical layout, and it is a little stranger beast. So anyways, if you happen to be in the Dayton area and you are looking for a reasonably priced solution for a mixing board, direct message me. I can make you a hell of a deal on this. These, I guess I should say. I'm pretty sure these are going to stay. Pretty sure these JBLs are going to stay here in the shop. The other thing is, even though, I also had the flu for about a week and a half. That was no fun. If you're a woman and you get the flu, you just carry around more Kleenex. If you're a man, you get the flu, the world's going to end. But while I was kind of out for a week and a half or so, things did not slow down here as far as things were coming in. I believe when I last talked to you, we had just gotten a couple of upper kitchen cabinets. And as you can see, we have now gotten an entire set of kitchen cabinets. These are the lowers, and these are the uppers. There's 3 of the big wide ones, and there's 2 more over there. That was a free for the taking kind of thing. And when somebody says, "Hey, would you like some kitchen cabinets?" you don't ask what they look like. You just say yes. So now what we have to do is these. I've kind of, to be honest with you, I've just been procrastinating on really getting any kind of final placement as far as tools and stuff in here, because I just didn't know if something like this was going to show up, and it showed up. So now I've got to, you know, I gotta put up or shut up, and I've got to figure out where to put all of these cabinets in, and so then we can finally get in and just start putting stuff where it belongs. So this, you know, this 3-minute video that I was going to make may have rambled on for a little more than 3 minutes. So that's kind of what's going on as I bump into everything in the shop, trying to walk backwards. That's what's going on. Well, the video cart's done, so it'll be a lot easier to film stuff from a couple of different areas. That's what's going on. It's not, you know, nothing nefarious. You know, no one's died, especially me. No one's died. But life is. Oh, here's a good thing. I'm gonna set this down because I'm getting tired of holding that thing. Here's a good thing. In a totally unrelated project, I've been put on a team with a couple of engineers. One's a mechanical guy, one's an electrical guy, to come up with some automated, like, camera dolly type stuff. You know, it's easy to spend money on really fancy equipment, but I don't find that to be a challenge. I find a much greater challenge trying to figure out how to replicate that ability, you know, for $2.99. So I got to meet with one of the guys, the mechanical guy, yesterday. I'd never met the guy before. It's you know, we're kind of a big church, and I'm stuck in the back in the production room, and I don't get out very much. So I got to meet this guy, and we kind of get to talking, and he asks, you know, what I do. I said, well, when my time is my own, I like to build, repair, and restore stringed instruments. And his eyes got like really big, and it turns out that he teaches the class at our local community college that makes en masse electric guitar kits in order to teach STEM technology. So you can walk by this shop and there will be a pallet of electric guitar bodies, or they will be working on a pallet of the necks, and they make these kits so that you know, STEM subjects can be taught while people are putting together guitars. Anyway, they have a production facility, and they teach a class on Saturdays on, you know, it's not a custom shop. You know, it's running CNCs, and it's making guitar body blanks on CNC machines and putting the kits together. That sounds like great fun. So Saturdays, starting in the fall, I would very much like to take that, because I know I can learn a lot. And he had said it would be interesting to talk and to learn how you do things, because they're doing electric guitars on a production level, whereas here we're onesies and twosies, and very low tech. So that sounds interesting. In 2 weeks, I actually start a night class. I'm going to learn how to weld, something on my bucket list. And then at nights, starting in the fall, we'll be going and learning what's called aerospace welding, which is basically, it's just TIG welding all day long. But that is so you can weld aluminum. That's the bit. You can do other metals, but being able to weld aluminum, specifically weld aluminum tube and trussing, that may come in very handy for the marching band. So anyways, that's what's going on. I am kind of at, this has been the other problem with all of the medications that they've think they finally got me dialed in. My fatigue is just, you know, I get up and I do something for half an hour and I'm dead. I can't get up and do anything. So it's supposed to get better. The sleep stuff. I was at a lung and heart place where they were doing tests for this sleep apnea thing, and they were saying, give it 90 days. I'm like, kosher bread, 90 days. And then the same thing with the cardiologists. They're the same way. We're going to put you on this. We're going to bring you back after 90 days. We're going to adjust it. We're going to see if it works. And if it doesn't, we'll adjust it some more. And man, I could never be an internist. That's what I loved about working in surgery. Guy comes in with a cut off finger. You sew the finger back on. Girl comes in with, ruptured ovarian cyst. You take care of it. You cut it out, and it's a done problem. None of this, take this and come back in 12 weeks. That's for the birds. Anyways, it's not an excuse. It's just the way things are going right now. So this is the third thing I've done today. I think I'm gonna go. I may go take a nap. Anyways, thanks for hanging in there. Thanks for the messages. I've gotten a number of messages just in the past few days from people, and that's the reason I'm making the video. It's heartwarming to know that you miss me screwing stuff up, so that you don't have to. So anyways, we got a number of things lined up that we are going to screw up. Just hang in there. Spring is on the way. Anyways, I'm James. This is Rattlecan Guitar Restorations with the pause button. Cheers. Hey, if you like this episode of Rattlecan Guitar Restorations, you might want to check this video out as well. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, and if you'd like to help the channel grow, consider stepping over to our Patreon page and giving that a look. Y'all have a good weekend. Cheers.